very insecure, okay? So she felt that she needed to protect her. Her father hired a sergeant at arms to be her protector. Riri ain't like him. He must have been ugly. You know, I think she is. Well, hello there, love bugs. Hello there, Bellas. If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share to Facebook, and subscribe because it is so important to my success here on the YouTube. And if you are not already a part of our Bella Book Club, please remember to hit the Patreon link below and/or the join button right here on the YouTube. And for a small monthly $5 fee, you can be a part of the shenanigans before YouTube gets it, if YouTube gets it. Now, let's talk about The Life of Aretha Franklin by David Ritz, part 6. So where we left off, Aretha had custody of her 2 children. Answer, no. She had custody of them, but they wasn't with her. They was around there to the Detroit in the Franklin compound, and Big Mama was raising them. She had a little check that her father gave her, you know, from all the royalties, and she was ready to cross over to secular music like her preteen crush, Sammy Cookie. Now, for the record, CL Smooth was the default manager of Aretha Franklin. He didn't know what the fuck he was doing, but he wasn't going to tell y'all he didn't know what the hell he was doing. Everybody else say that nigga don't know what he was doing, but he ain't fitting to admit it, okay? Because after all, that is CL Smooth, okay? Clarence LaVon Franklin, all right? And for you ladies who still in love with CL Smoothie, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to the Reverend CL Franklin. I give everybody nicknames. That's what I do. It helps me to move the story along quicker instead of thinking about, okay, what is his name again? I can remember CL Smoothie better than I can remember Clarence LaVon Franklin, okay? But I ain't trying to disrespect that man or the accomplishments, okay? But I ain't about to kiss him in the mouth for the bullshit that he did. Anyway, Mr. CL Smoothie was the default manager, right? He didn't know nothing about the secular music world. He knew about the gospel music and the church and all that other, you know, shenanigans they got going on after 12 o'clock down there to the church. Okay, but in regards to crossing over, he didn't know what the hell he had plans to make Aretha a star very quickly. But because he didn't know what the hell he was doing, that lady ain't become a star, or that young lady ain't become a star till years later. That's unfortunate. Now, in 1960, when Riri was forging her new secular music career, her brother's best friend, Smokey D. Robinson, was over there with the Motown and the Miracles with a new hit. You better shop around, okay? Now, don't forget that Smokey Robinson and Cecil were good friends. I told y'all previously that Cecil wanted to go on the road and support his sister. CL Smoothie said, hell no, you're going to take your ass around here to Morehouse and study and be great. Cecil said that although he was in college and Smokey Robinson was making moves out there in the music world with the Berry, the Gordy, and the Motown, him and his friend did not lose touch. It would have been the best route and the easiest route for Aretha to go to Motown. Or they would have did her right. They would have gave her everything that she needed. Because remember, Motown was the machine. Okay? They could take a piece of dirt, give it a bath, clean it up, and it would turn into something spectacular. That's what Motown could do for Black Americans. Oh, but the Motown wasn't good enough for his daughter. Okay, but it would have been easiest because remember, Cecil is friends with Smokey the Robinson, who is also friends with Berry the Gordy, or best friends with Berry the Gordy, And CL Smokey, you know, he ain't say this, neither did En0ugh, but he know he was hunching that lady. He know he was hunching En0ugh sister, En0ugh. He know that, but that would have been easy. But that wasn't what CL Smokey wanted. He wanted his daughter over there on Columbia. Okay, Columbia had Mahalia Jackson, Johnny Mathis, Tony Bennett, Doris Day, and several other well-known artists. My daughter can't be around there with them niggas at Motown. My daughter's going to be the next Lola Falana. Was Lola Falana allowed there? But y'all know what I'm saying. Lena Horne. It will not be, no. That ain't going to happen for my daughter. My daughter is better than all these niggas. Now, because CL Smokey wanted his daughter around there to Columbia and wasn't satisfied with Motown here in Detroit, she had to move to either LA or New York. Okay, Riri didn't feel good about that. She ain't like that. You mean to tell me I'm headed to New York without my brother and my father? Answer no. Riri was very unhappy. But Riri, according to this book and the people that's saying it in this book, she was very insecure. Okay, so she felt that she needed to protect her. Her father hired a sergeant at arms to be her protector. Riri ain't like him. He must have been ugly. You know, I think CL Smokey know his daughter. Okay, he know that, you know, she looking good. He looking good. He about 90 years older than her. She gonna want some of it. Okay, so he probably picked this ugly man named Charlie, you know, to come through, you know, with white shit in the corner of his mouth to protect his daughter. Riri ain't like that nigga. They had a big concern or a big kerfuffle in regards to management. Remember when I told you that the children said that they've never seen their father be violent towards them, any of the other siblings, or any of the women? I told you that, who was that said that they seen CL Smokey smack the shit out of one of his girlfriends? Was it Clara? B.B. King. He said that when Clara Ward and him and CL Smokey went backstage one night, B.B. King said he seen CL Smokey smack the shit out of Clara. I'm saying all that to say this. The booking agent, Ruby, I forget her last name, but Ruby had said she was there to witness Aretha Franklin and CL Smokey arguing. They going back and forth. I guess Aretha's chest is starting to puff up, and she's sick of her father being so controlling. I'm tired of you controlling me, CL Smokey. I don't want this nigga right here. I want somebody else. Ruby said that CL Smokey was so angry that he smacked Riri across her face. She said that CL Smokey smacked Aretha in her face so hard that she'll never forget it. She'll remember that shit forever and ever to all eternity, okay? But nonetheless, she got her way anyway. Good job, Riri. Now, this would be the beginning of the great conflict of who was going to manage Aretha Franklin. Is it going to be her father? Is it going to be somebody that her father chooses? Is it going to be somebody that Riri chooses? It didn't matter, but this was going to be an ongoing conflict. Now, for the time being, Riri and her father compromised with a female manager by the name of Joe King, who worked out of New York since Riri chose to move to New York instead of Los Angeles, right? So they could be closer to, you know, the Columbia. This is also the same time that CL Smokey took Aretha to talk to a man named Phil Moore, the writer and the arranger. Phil Moore was trying to explain to him what he actually had in Aretha, okay? Phil Moore said that CL Smokey wasn't interested in the molding of Aretha or the creating of Aretha. CL Smokey was more interested in the presentation. CL Smokey wanted his daughter to be Lola Falana or Lena Horne, one of them, you know, something dignified and great. Okay. Phil Moore said to CL Smokey, your daughter does not need me at all because she's already formed. She just needs the right music. CL Smokey, being unwise to the music industry, asked Mr. Moore, do you think Columbia is a good place for my daughter? Answer, yes, I do. And that's when Phil Moore had gave him the name John Hammond. John Hammond met young Riri and immediately signed her. When David Ritz spoke to John Hammond about his years with Aretha, he was very defensive because he felt that he wasn't able to produce Riri the way that he wanted to produce Riri. Okay, they was looking to make Aretha a jazz sensation. Okay. Hammond said while he was working with Aretha, he had learned that Sam Cooke had pushed RCA to pursue Aretha. Hammond said, "Oh no, not on my watch. Not on my watch," and hurried up and signed her to Columbia. What else Hammond did was to get her an ad in what magazine was that? Ebony magazine. Y'all, remember when Ebony used to be the shit, y'all? Ebony used to be the shit. Ebony, Jet. Y'all, in my mind, I still want to be a Jet beauty. I do. I swear. I want to be a Jet beauty, y'all. I stopped my whole life. I don't know why, but I think the last time I seen a Jet magazine, it was like 3 pages. That's it. But anyway, remember how important magazines was to us, y'all? I'm surprised that any of them magazines are still thriving. If they are, they're thriving because of the internet, not because people going out and buying magazines. It's just a shame. But anyway, Ebony magazine, Essence magazine, and Jet were very, very big deals back in the day. Now, I wasn't alive in the 50s, but that's how us Black Americans kept in touch with our Black celebrities, through those magazines, because all them other magazines wasn't checking for them. But anyway, Hammond says that Aretha and her father could not have been more pleased. Their goal was to cover all the bases. My goal was to capture the essence of this remarkable young talent. With the exception of a few songs, I'm afraid I didn't do that. Unfortunately, the album did not meet expectations, okay? Now, John Hammond blames it on the fact that Aretha blew off several engagements, attributing it to her being depressed or sad, or her voice, something that she was dealing with in her mind that would not allow her to promote the show properly, okay, or promote the album properly. Now, that is a big kerfuffle right there. That's my new word today. Kerfuffle, because remember when Monique didn't promote that Precious movie? Oh, child. They burnt her ass. So let's go back home to the Franklin compound, okay? We got young Carolyn. That is Riri's little sister, okay? She's 16, and she back at home. Irma and Riri, they out there on the road. Cecil ain't there. She the only child that's left there, except for the 2 babies of Aretha Franklin that Big Mama is, caring for. But anyway, she hadn't yet gone out to college yet. She still is in high school. C.L. Smokey came home and said to Carolyn, yeah, you can't live in this house no more. You say, what? What? I'm 16, Daddy. Where I'm going to go? I made a deal for you to stay down there with the Regis, okay? You're going to stay with their family, and that's where you're going to live until you go to college, right? Now, Carolyn is like, what, Daddy? Is you doing this because you don't want me to see all these hoes that be coming in the house? Answer, yeah and no, okay? Because it make no sense to me that why is the baby being raised down there? Carolyn said, she literally said it's because it's bullshit going on in that house that my daddy don't want me to see. So I guess the fact that Aretha's kids is still living there, it's okay. I believe Carolyn. I'm going to give you the truth, Carolyn. Is Carolyn still living? I don't know. I'm going to give you the truth, Carolyn. Your father knew that you had a proclivity for the ladies, okay? And he old church man, and he can't have you outwardly sucking face with the ladies. He can't do that. He got to send you over there. You can't be living in my house, even though, they talk about in his church, he got all these, shenanigans going on after 12 o'clock, okay? But they do that in private. Them Christian people don't like to tell the truth about what the hell be going on behind doors, okay? So, Carolyn, your gay ass got to go over there and live with the Regis family. It's fucked up, but it's true. Oh, the family name really ain't Regis. I don't know who he sent them with. To keep it real, but that's just what I'm saying. We back with Aretha. Aretha, that Colombian, she frustrated. She in her feelings because she feel like Colombia ain't treating her right. Why? Because she looking over there at Martha. Which Martha was that? Marva? Which one was that? Anyway, damn, I didn't write it down. But anyway, Mary Wells, that's who it is. Aretha Brown there in the Columbia looking at the Motown and the Smokey the Robinson and Mary Wells, and they is burning it up. What do they call? What do the people say? Breaking it up. All right. Mary Wells and Smokey the Robinson is over there breaking it up. All right. And she mad because she round here. She ain't got no hits. And she thinking to herself, what the hell? I'm Aretha Franklin. Yeah, but your daddy is C.L. Smoothie. Okay. In one of Riri books, Riri had said the problem with Columbia was that Columbia wasn't checking for me. Okay. And the matter of fact, the budget man ain't never come around here and talk to me. How you the budget man and you ain't talk to me? Don't you supposed to be spending money on me? You need to talk to me. Riri girl, if you would have carried your ass around there to the Motown, you'd have been popping off automatically. Okay. But your daddy, I don't know, that nigga know a whole bunch about nothing. So JFK has just taken office. Okay, it is 1961 and Aretha Franklin's debut album has been released and her secular music career is uncertain. So anyway, despite the album's poor ratings, Aretha decided that she wanted to stay in New York. Now, she wanted her father to move from Detroit and get him a church in New York. Pappy was like, are you crazy, girl? Do you know how good I got it around here in the damn Detroit, girl? I'm not doing that. So then Aretha said, okay, Pappy, if you ain't coming down with me, I'm going to find a replacement. That magazine had incorrectly placed her with the singer by the name of Marv Johnson. Okay. And I say incorrectly because Aretha was dating Marv Johnson and several people at this time. Okay. But Marv wasn't it. Answered, no, Marv is singing, okay? She don't need her dude to be singing. She need her dude to be on her neck chasing around behind her. Aretha Franklin needs attention. So that was bullshit. Jet Magazine, Dummy Chop, you was wrong, but it don't matter. It don't matter. This is when the book introduces Mr. Ted White. Now, if you have not already done so, please remember to like, share to Facebook, and subscribe because it is so important to my success here on the YouTube. And remember this, the same people that you meet on the way up will always be the same people that you meet on the way down. My naysayers, my patron loves, you babies, have a good one.